Hello and welcome to today's Art Online session. I'm here with Tim from Street Art Cities, and Tim is calling to us from Antwerp in Belgium. Hi Tim, how you doing, mate?
Hi, it's sunny over here, so everything's okay.
Yeah, it's sunny over here too. Actually, I'm not sure that I can see the screen properly, but it is pretty sunny. Tim, Street Art Cities. I think first of all, I know of this concept as an app. You look at it, you download it on your phone. There's lots of cities in the world where you can see immediately where street art is located at a glance. What gave you the idea to create Street Art Cities, and what's the future of that?
Okay, so it actually started, I think, about 4 years ago now. So I was taking pictures here in Antwerp and documenting them for myself on a dull Google Maps kind of thing on my computer. But when you share stuff on social media, you get response. People are asking, "From hey, where can I find that mural, and where can I find this one?" And instead of answering all those questions through PMs or DMs, I was like, okay, so we need a map so everybody can find it, because that's basically street art and urban art. What's that about? So everybody should know where to find it. And then I was just looking for on internet for some websites who are doing that. And unfortunately, in Belgium, we didn't have any. So I was looking further and further, and then I came across this cool Google Maps based website in Heerlen, a small city in the south of the Netherlands. And I fell in love with that site, so I connected with this team. And eventually I went to Heerlen. They gave me a tour of the street art you can find there, because in Heerlen there's not so much to do, but you can find some amazing street art by international artists. And then we started talking, we started brainstorming. I just asked her, okay, guys, I want your website in Antwerp. And they were like, okay. So after they checked with their developers to see if that's possible, because they instantly felt we had the same drive, the same passion, just show your city to the rest of the world, to the rest of the people who are interested in urban art or more. And so a couple of months later, we launched the website in Antwerp. And then the idea started, hang on, if we can do that for one city, we can do that for every city in the world. So that's where basically the idea of street art cities came from.
It's amazing, and it's free, right? So anyone can download this app, and they can, and if their
Yeah,
city's there, then they can see where the street art is.
yeah,
How do
yeah.
you actually?
So the main
Sorry, I cut
yeah.
across you. Go ahead.
No, so there's two different sides. We got this web interface. Um, that's basically the dashboard where our hunters log in and upload documents and archive their street art. So on our website, you can see there are already, I think, about 630 cities active. And then we've got our app. So it's a universal app. And I think you can find about 30 cities in it right now. And we try to launch a new city every month. So the end goal is to have all our cities from the website in the app. So you have one universal app for the entire world.
Fantastic, mate. And so I mean, how do you come out do you choose the next city that's going to go in? If you're going to do one a month, how do you determine which city's next?
Well, it basically depends on the activity of our locals. We have a dedicated uh, hunters all over the world, but there are some hunters who are more dedicated than the others. Or so. And one thing is, we launch a city when it's almost completely covered. I know you can't cover it all, but maybe for 85%. If they tell us it's covered for that kind of percentage, it gets on our list to launch. So, but next to that, we also lately are talking to cities, because yeah, street art is becoming a big attraction for a lot of cities. So we've been in contact with a lot of cities who are interested in becoming part of this platform and using the platform to promote their city to our audience. So that's another thing.
And what's the scene like generally in Belgium? Because I get a sense that it's pretty vibrant. I mean, it's not just Antwerp. There's lots of other cities in Belgium, and you've just
Yeah.
mentioned a city in the Netherlands there, close to the border, where street art is a big thing. So tell me something about the Belgian scene.
Well, first of all, you need to know we Belgians are very modest and shy, uh, and that's one of the downsides of the Belgium scene because I, for example, know we've got a lot of really talented artists, but because of our nature, we don't like to come out with it. So, and yeah, in Belgium, yeah, okay, we got scenes in every major city here in Belgium. So you have Ghent, that's the origin town of Roa, Bouet the Warrior, a squid called Sebastian, to name a few. Then we have Brussels, the biggest city of Belgium, the capital. There we have a really decent scene with upcoming artists like Neon, Ice B, Pete Rodriguez. Um, what else do we have? Oh yeah, Hasselt. Hasselt has been doing a festival for 10 years now and has been inviting a lot of artists. And then of course we got Ostend, the Crystal Ship. I think that's one of the most popular cities if we talk about street art, but the scene is relatively new there. So, and then, yeah, of course, I'm already talking about the Flemish cities, but on the south side of the city, of the country, the French-speaking part, we've got Liège, we've got Mons, we've got Namur, we've got Charleroi. So there's a lot to discover in our country, even though we're very small.
Yeah, there's a lot going on for the size of the country to have such a proportion of decent street art cities, or cities at least where street art is a big thing. You can go there, you can spend a few days looking around. That's quite remarkable. The proportion of cities where street art is encouraged and enjoyed.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, During this lockdown, something I've seen that you've been doing is you've been connecting with Belgian artists and you've been trying to raise money. I think is it healthcare workers that you've been raising money for, but using
Yeah,
Belgian
yeah, exactly.
artists
Yeah.
and creating postcard editions of their work so that you can sell them and raise money. Can you tell me something about this initiative that you're doing?
Yeah, okay. So, first of all, every night here in Belgium at 8 o'clock, people step outside and they just applaud for all nurses, doctors, everybody who is fighting this awful crisis. My wife, she's a nurse, so I'm right in the middle of it. So I know exactly how it is and what's going on in the hospitals and everywhere where there's trouble. I was like, okay, so applauding is good, but maybe we can do something more. And then this special project came up. It's called Clap and Act, and there you can raise money, and you can choose hospitals where you donate that money for. And since I'm all the time I've left I spend on street art, I was like, okay, I'm gonna connect with some artists who are friends of mine and see if they want to help me out. And I explained the idea and I immediately got a lot of designs. So as we speak, I have already 3 series of 10 postcards, and it looks like there's going to be a fourth and a fifth. So I'm hoping to end it at 50 different designs of all Belgian artists. And it's from everywhere in Belgium, even from abroad, artists who live abroad. They're all stepping in and supporting it. So it's great to see.
Yeah, it's a fantastic way of bringing, raising money through street art and the street artists themselves giving something back, right? That's what they're doing.
Yeah, and another thing is because we're all in lockdown, we
Mm.
can't visit our family or friends, and you know, postcards tries to connect that So it's a bit of old school, but it's really hyping here in Belgium. Postcards and letters, it's coming back, like
Yeah,
everything is coming back.
bit of a
So that was
personal
a
connection.
nice picture. Yeah.
How did you get involved in the street art scene in the first place? What got you interested?
Well, it happened by accident. I think a couple of years ago, I was just walking around my city and there was this piece that caught my attention. And I took a picture of it. I shared it on social media, and it was like a new world opened up to me. So the next thing, I was just walking and biking around my city, exploring streets and neighborhoods I've never been before, looking for graffiti and street art. And yeah, that's what basically got me bitten. Um, I've always asked myself, how did this really happen? And I think when I was a kid, I used to draw a lot. I was a big Marvel Comics fan. Spider-Man is my hero. The X-Men are my heroes. And at that time, I was drawing a lot. But then I started to play basketball really at high level. So all my free time went to there. And when I retired from the basketball scene, I think I needed something else to get me occupied. And I think, yeah, I found art again, street art. So
Sounds like a good thing to do. I think we'll leave it there, Tim. Thanks for talking to us.